So the Packers-Eagles game just ended. Eagles pull the victory, beating us 40-33, meaning the Packers are now sitting at 4-8. So our playoff hopes, I mean, it seemed like they've pretty much been gone for a while now, just the way we've looked this year. But pretty much now, sitting at 4-8, the odds of the Packers making the playoffs pretty much at 0 now. And it was a tough game overall, especially on the defensive side of the ball. We allowed the Eagles to run for 363 yards. That's just mind-boggling. We had no answer for Jalen Hurts. The Packers consistently struggled tackling. Jalen Hurts had like 157 or so rush yards. Miles Sanders 140-something. To allow a team to run for 360 yards is absolutely crazy. I think it was the first team to have a quarterback and a running back run for 125 yards each since 2014 with Colin Kaepernick and some other running backs. So that shows you just how bad the Packers defense played today. We had no answer for the Eagles. And the Packers offense, on the other hand, put up 33 points. And I'll get to Jordan Love in a second. But 33 points overall from the Packers offense. Typically, that should be enough to win you a game. So the Packers did a fine job there, but the Eagles absolutely destroyed us on from their offense. Jalen Hurts, running all over us the entire game. So when we look at the offense, it was an interesting start. Starting off 13-0. The Packers then come back. It's 14-13. It's like, okay, maybe we're actually in this one. Rodgers has a couple nice plays, then of course goes down with that rib injury. It's some kind of oblique or some kind of rib injury, it looks like, from Rodgers. Clearly looked in tons of pain in the third quarter, goes out. At that point, he had already thrown 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, sort of up and down on the day for Aaron Rodgers. And then, of course, Aaron Rodgers goes down, which, of course, means Jordan Love is going to enter the game, which had me excited just because anytime we get to see Jordan Love play, I always want to see how is he progressing, because since he got drafted here in Green Bay, the question has been, can he develop into the Packers' next, dominant QB? Because we've gone from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. It seemed like the odds of going to another great quarterback are pretty slim. And so the past few seasons, it's been fun to sort of see Jordan Love grow and progress from preseason to preseason. In this preseason, he honestly looked a lot better. So I was wondering, what are we going to see from Jordan Love? He came in, first pass, beautiful, out to the outside. Next pass, a dime to Christian Watson across the middle, who has insane speed, runs for a touchdown. I was like, oh my goodness. Jordan Love actually looks really good. And then he comes in, he finishes the day 6 for 9, 112 yards, a touchdown, 146 passer rating. So from that small amount of snaps from Jordan Love, he looked in control of the offense. He looked very relaxed and comfortable in the pocket. His arm power is insane. You can see just how easily he can throw the ball and how much power he puts behind it. His decision-making was overall pretty good, very good overall. Maybe one bad throw out of that, but not, too much in harm's way. So I know right now the Packers are sitting at 4-8. It's really seemed like the past few weeks, technically we had the playoff hope still alive, but it really seemed like this wasn't a playoff caliber team. But to have Jordan Love look like he looked in this game against the Eagles has me very hopeful for the future, just because we don't know what Aaron Rodgers is going to do. Maybe he stays around in Green Bay for another season or 2 or more, who knows. But there is that, potential of Rodgers retiring, which if that happens, it's like, okay, well, hopefully Jordan Love can actually be a very good quarterback, because if not, the Packers may be in a, tough situation. But from what we saw tonight from Jordan Love, I would say he is clearly taking huge strides forward in his development. You can see how much more comfortable he is, his control of the offense. And so just to see that has me very hopeful just for the future of Jordan Love, because whatever happens in the future at QB for the Packers, if Rodgers retires after this year, from that, small amount of play from Love, it's like, okay, we might actually have something in Jordan Love. He looks, we already know he's insanely athletic. He has a speed as well, but he looks like he's in control of the offense. And so that is the one great thing I'm taking away from this game. Obviously, it stinks to lose. The Packers pretty much needed to win the rest of the games to have a chance at the playoffs. Clearly didn't happen. The Eagles are a very good team. You can see why they're now 9-1. When you can run the ball like they do, when you have Jalen Hurts' ability to hand it off or run himself, it's a very tough offense to defend. And the Packers, I think, may need to make a change at defensive coordinator after this year, just because we've consistently seen the Packers really struggle. Last week, we held Derrick Henry in check overall, 80 or so yards, but Tannehill threw for 300-plus yards. Tonight, I think we held him to 150 passing yards, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe wrong on that one, but overall, we just couldn't stop the run, couldn't tackle. had no answer for the Eagles. So the defense really struggled. If the Packers would have played a somewhat average game today on defense, maybe we win that game. We put up 33 points. So we'll see what happens with Rodgers, what his official injury is, and now with the Packers at 4-8, with our playoff hopes pretty much dashed, pretty much done for. Maybe Aaron goes to IR depending on how serious this injury is. We also heard this past week he officially has a thumb injury. So with the Packers and their situation, it could make sense to let him rest, allow Jordan Love to play some more. And honestly, I'm excited to see what Jordan Love has to offer going forward, because he really excited me from tonight. You guys saw if you follow me on Twitter, after seeing some of those plays, I was like, oh, Jordan Love's looking real good. He looks much better than he used to be in the past few seasons. So I'm pumped to see Jordan Love looking like that. If you want to follow me on Twitter for more Packers content, I'll leave it in the description, Luke_Beller. But that's pretty much my thoughts, my quick thoughts from tonight's game. I'll be out with videos throughout the entire week, as I typically am. I took off the past 4 or 5 days for Thanksgiving and everything. Spent time with family. But tough to see the Packers lose. But there are some positives to take away, especially with Jordan Love. So thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all you guys. I'll see you guys next time.